Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Base, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. So today is going to be an awesome evening because we have our sons are coming over along with all of our grandkids. So today I'm going to make one of our family favorites, and that is bacon wrapped chicken. So I hope y'all tag along as I make one of our family favorite recipes. All right, y'all, so to make my bacon wrapped chicken, it is so easy. It's just chicken tenders, any kind of bacon you like. We like the Black Label, I think it's Hormel. Yeah, Hormel brand bacon. But you know, bacon's bacon, y'all. It's delicious. But any type of bacon y'all like. And then, ooh, as I step on the trash can, I just moved it. I went on a cleaning spree. But so you need chicken tenders, bacon, brown sugar, garlic salt, and paprika. So before I begin and get my hands all gross, I'm going to just scoop out a whole bunch of brown sugar. For two packages of the chicken tenders, I would say probably 2 cups of brown sugar. It's really just, I eyeball it, because all we're going to use the brown sugar for is to actually roll the chicken and the bacon in the sugar and then put it in the oven. So I'm just going to do two big heaping scoops of brown sugar, and we'll start off with that. All right, I'm going to set that aside, and then let's start dinner. I'm going to take off my rings here. So since all the family is going to be showing up today, I'm going to use 2 pounds or 2 packages of the Members Mark chicken tenders. When it's just, y'all, I was trying to cut this package and the knife guard's still on it. It's been a long day. But when it's just Jason and myself, I normally only use half of a package, half of one. And I have this big cutting board out that I just like to use so I don't dirty up my kitchen too much. Get those out. All right, and in the trash it goes. I think I'm gonna like having my trash can there. I used to have to walk across to the other side of my kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna lay out these chicken tenders on this cutting board and then just season them up. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands again. All right, y'all, so before I forget, I'm gonna preheat my oven to 400 degrees. And I gotta take out my cast iron. It's where I store it when it's not in use. All right, so now let's season up these chicken tenders. So just any type of paprika that y'all can find at the store, and just liberally sprinkle it on your tenders. And this is why I love using the cutting board, because it can be messy. All right, nice and coated. And then sprinkle on some garlic salt. This brand is our favorite garlic salt, but it doesn't really matter. All right, then you just flip your chicken tenders over and do the same thing. And the garlic salt again. All right. So now let's open up our packs of bacon. All right, so the next step is to wrap a single strip of bacon around each tender. It's fairly straightforward. And y'all, this dinner comes together very, very quickly. It's one of those meals that I like to make on a work night because as long as my meat's thawed, I can get dinner in the oven in about 10-15 minutes. This is also another great recipe that you can make extras and then either meal prep or put in the freezer and then thaw and bake another night. I'm hoping I have some extra bacon, so for the larger tenders I can add 2 pieces. Just really depends on how much bacon I have. But we love having the paprika and the garlic spices on the tenders, and then it's coated in the sweet brown sugar. It's just a perfect balance. I do think I'm going to have plenty of bacon, so I'm going to start adding a second piece to each tender to get it fully wrapped. Almost done. All right, so now that the chicken tenders are wrapped in the bacon, it's time to add the brown sugar. So in my bowl, I just have the brown sugar, and I'm just going to take each chicken tender, press it firmly. Well, y'all can't see. I'm going to press it firmly in the bowl to get the underside coated, and then just take my hand and then coat the top. Just to get all that brown sugar to stick pretty well to the bacon and the chicken. And then I have just an aluminum pan. You can use a glass pan. It doesn't really matter. And I do not spray either dish that I use. I just like this because it's disposable, and I'm going to have a full house tonight, and this will make for easy cleanup. So that's what I'm going to use. You could use some butter in the bottom, but I have learned over the years that you don't need it. It possibly could enhance your flavor, but I think overall it's just extra calories that we don't really need because the bacon fat will actually render off and help cook the chicken itself. So I have stopped adding any type of oil to my pan. All right, so this is the first chicken tender. It is nice and well coated with the brown sugar. And I'm just going to try to be mindful of where the bacon ends, those pieces there. And I'm going to lay them, I guess, seam side down so they don't unravel on me. looks like I'll be able to get 2 more in this pan here, and then I'll have to get another pan out. There we go. All right, so one pan is already rolled in the brown sugar, and I need to get the hubby's help to get my other pan out since I have chicken hands. Honey! All right, so he got me my other pan, and I'm just gonna finish up rolling this chicken in the yummy brown sugar. And then I just have a little bit of brown sugar left, and I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit more on top. This step's not necessary. I just like it a little bit sweet. Because when it bakes in the oven, it kind of caramelizes a little bit, and just, it's so yummy. All right. Now, the only bad thing about having a cutting board this size is it won't fit in my dishwasher. But that's okay. All right, y'all. So each of these pans will go into a 400-degree oven for roughly 45 minutes to an hour. You are looking for the chicken to be cooked through, and then for the brown sugar to nice, to be caramelized and just wonderful. Now, some in my family like it to not be as brown, but the hubby likes it super caramelized. More on the mahogany color, but as long as your chicken is done, just go for how you like it. So in the oven it goes. And again, I didn't use any type of oil because the chicken is going to cook in the rendered down bacon grease from the wrapped bacon. All right, y'all. So I'm going to let this cook, and I'll see y'all back in about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, y'all. So dinner is just about finished. I'm going to bake up some macaroni for the kiddos, and then we're just going to sit down as a family and enjoy this yummy bacon wrapped chicken. All right, y'all, so I'm going to just quickly clean up this kitchen, and then we're going to sit down as a family and enjoy dinner. It's not often we are able to get together and enjoy a meal. So it's going to be a fantastic evening. Currently, we have several of our kiddos in our pool, so it's going to be a great evening. So until next time, y'all, I'm Emily from Bama Base, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Hope y'all give this recipe a try. Bacon wrapped chicken is delicious.